All of you, yeah, change now. Baba, you take change now. Now, change. All of you, yeah, change now.
right, we are live. A little early. 3 seconds early. Hopefully my sound's coming through okay. Let's see if we've got shit. Uh-oh. I need to turn the volume off there. Wait a minute. Where is it? Hopefully my sound's coming through okay. Let's see if we've got shit. Uh-oh. I need to turn the volume off there. Wait a minute. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Let's see if we've got shit. New channel, so there's going to be some technical issues. I'm just going to make sure got everything on here. Let me do a test chat really quick. Do I have it up? Let me type test in here and see. Oh, hey, it worked. All right. Okay. And let's put in. Let me put in something here. What is that? Camera display. What in the world? We can delete that. Okay, terminal. What was that? I'm not sure what that was. We can delete that one. Let's make this. Oh no, I just lost chat. Okay, no biggie. Let's see. Okay, image. What was that? Did you? Okay, we don't need that. Clock. We don't need that. Hide that. Let me move something here. Let me change the name. That was from the weather zone. We'll call this properties. Cancel. Top. Change that to black. Okay. Bottom, we would change that to black. Boom. Okay. All right, I think I got almost everything up and running. Countdown timer. I think we're good. I think everything is working. All right, anyhow, I am going to go ahead and fire this thing up. I think I have all the settings right. If the sound doesn't sound good, just let me know in chat and I will make adjustments as necessary. This is our first live stream on this channel, so I hope everybody enjoys it. Forgive me if anything's wacky or not sounding right or looking right. Just still putting the final touches on everything, so hopefully everything goes good. I'm going to bring up our terminal here. Get that guy going, and I want to bring up the website of what we were looking at in our previous video. We were going to get into the Linux file system basics. We were looking at the training portal. This is a free course on the linuxfoundation.org, and I've already completed the first 3 or 4 chapters, something like that. And now we're getting into the Linux file system basics. Monster is in the chat. Welcome, Monster. You found the channel. You're awesome. We are going to get this party started. Also, this is kind of like, I don't know if it's going to turn out to be a permanent name, but I just had to come up with a name for the Linux channel, so I just called it TUX Distro to start with. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm totally up for suggestions to change the name of the channel to something better, more catchy, easier to remember. So if you have any suggestions, please put it in chat. Just type in like a new channel name or some suggestion or something like that, and then put in your name. And what we'll do is I'll put it in a I'll put on a like a voting contest, and whichever title wins, that's what we'll call the channel. And I'll go into the YouTube settings and change the name, because I'm totally up for changing the name to anything you guys want to change it to, because I'm not very creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So anyhow, what else? Oh, also, by tomorrow evening, the new Discord will be up. And the next time that we stream, I will post that in the video description and have it going across the screen and everything so everybody can see it. What else? What else am I missing? There's one other thing. There's one other thing that I wanted to put on here. There's the window capture. I'm not sure why this isn't showing up. I added a little scroll thingy, but that might actually get annoying. I'm just going to leave that off for the time being. So yeah, Discord coming tomorrow, website coming in the next couple weeks. So if you're still wanting to see articles that I've posted, you can check those out at weatherzone401.com for the time being. I'm going to transition all those articles. It's a lengthy process. I have to copy and move it over to the new website, but I don't want to register the website yet because I'm not 100% sure if we're going to stay with this name for the YouTube channel or not. That's going to be up to you guys. So again, any suggestions for a new name for the YouTube channel, please type your suggestions in chat, and then at the end of the week or end of the month, we'll have a contest and everybody will vote on it. So anyhow, let's get right into it. I'm kind of excited to start this chapter of the Linux basic system startup on the training portal of the Linux Foundation. If you'd like to sign up yourself, it's completely free. Just go to linuxfoundation.org and create an account. Just put in your email, create a password, and you're good to go. So anyhow, here we go. Linux file system. Library separate books and other media into multiple sections. This organization will depend on the subject matter, audience, media type, and frequency of retrieval. The same concept apply to a file system, which is embodiment of a method of storing and organizing arbitrary collections of data in a human usable form. That was a mouthful. That was a lot. Different types of file systems supported by Linux: conventional disk file system, ext3, ext4, xfs, btrfs, jfs, ntfs, vfat, and exfat, etc. Flash storage file systems: ubifs, jffs2, yafs. Database file systems, special purpose file systems is, it looks like procfs, sysfs, tempfs, squashfs, debugfs, fuse, etc. This section will describe the standard file system layout shared by most Linux distributions. Let's click the next page here. And stop me anytime if you guys have questions or anything like that, need me to search for anything, just hit me up in chat. I try to look at it every couple seconds, but I'll do my best. A partition is a dedicated subsection of physical storage media. Historically, this meant a physical continuous portion of a hard disk. Today's storage devices can be more complicated, but we still think of a partition as a fixed area to be treated as a whole. A file system is just a method of storing and accessing files. One can think of a partition as a container in which the file system resides. However, in some circumstances, the file system can span more than one partition if one uses symbolic links, which we will discuss later. And here's our little chart thingy showing partition and what the file system looks like in Linux. That's one thing that they mentioned too in a previous video that was in this course, is that one thing that was a little strange coming over from Windows to Linux was that everything was separated by a drive number. Like typically in Windows, your C drive was your hard drive. There was a D drive, possibly E, F, G, H, I, just depending on how many drives you had, how many partitions you had. Any kind of media that you might have been sticking in with like a USB port, something like that. But everything in Linux is a directory. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please correct me in chat so I can learn. Next page, the file system hierarchy standard. Linux systems store their important files according to a standard layout called the file system hierarchy standard, also known as FHS, which has long been maintained by the Linux Foundation. For more information, take a look at the following document, File System Hierarchy Standards, created by the LSB Workgroup. Having a standard is designed to ensure that users, administrators, and developers can move between distributions without having to relearn how the system organized. Let me click on that link. I'm just curious real quick. Gotta look at it. Oh, is this like a PDF document here? Dismiss. I'm just going to, real quick, I'm not going to spend any time on it. So it looks like, what do they have in here? The file system, the root file system. This looks like something that a beginner noob like me would probably want to read. So I'm going to download this really quick. Bear with me 1 second. File. Let's see if it'll let me save it. Save page as... I think it should let me do it as a PDF, right? Yes. We will save that to downloads and save. Most of you guys that already know that stuff obviously don't need it, but for me as a noob, I need that kind of information. So anyhow, True Cat is back. What is up, buddy? We're on the new channel. Good to go. I'm just going to finish up this chapter, the file system chapter, and then we're going to get into some other stuff, getting into the command prompts or the terminal. Again, if anybody has any suggestions to rename the YouTube channel, please feel free to put that in chat. And again, we're going to have a vote at the end of the month, end of December, probably right around Christmas time, to find out what the final channel name is. If we don't come up with any good suggestions, I'm just going to leave it as TUX distro. I don't really like the name that much, but if we can't come up with anything else, that's what we'll stick with for now. All right, here we go. Let's get back into this. The file system hierarchy standard. The Linux system stores the important... Oh, I already covered that, sorry. Linux uses the slash character to separate paths. As sys Unix, unlike Windows, which uses the backward, or I'm sorry, is that the backward slash? Yeah, the backward slash, and does not have drive letters. Multiple drives or partitions are mounted as directories in a single file system. Removable media such as USB drives and CDs and DVDs will show up as mounted at /run media user your username and disk label for recent Linux systems or under media for older distributions. For example, if your username is student, a USB pen drive labeled Fedora might end up being found at /run media student then Fedora. And the file readme text on that disk would be run media student Fedora readme text. Pretty simple stuff there. And then here's our little chart they put of the file system hierarchy. Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. So here's your root, or our root at the beginning. And then inside of root, we have bin, which is essential user command binaries, boot, static files of the bootloader, dev, device files. I'm not sure if they call that etc. or if it's just etc. I know that it's actually called something else. Somebody gave a name to it, but I think everybody just calls it etc. But it stores host-specific system configurations, required directories. Then you have home, the user home directories, lib, essential shared libraries and kernel modules, media, mount point for removable devices. MNT, mount point for a temporary mounted file system. I'm not sure what that one is. A mount point for a temporary mounted file system. Does that include plug-in media? I wonder if that's what, I don't know. Let's see. LSBLK. LSBLK. Oh, so that's the command to show partition one and I guess your drives and your partitions on there. I think my partition one was the boot part, the one that's like the 520 meg or something like that. And then the rest, the partition two, like, for example, like what I was looking at earlier on the last stream, just for giggles, I want to look at it really quick. So up here, where it says NVE 0N1 P1, this would be that part right there, I think, is the blue part where it says partition 1, 537 megabytes. And then the partition 2 is root and all of these files that are in root, in addition to everything else that I have on there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think we went over in the previous video is that in partition 1, that was like what comes after in the boot order of BIOS. It goes BIOS, then it goes into partition 1, and I forget the name of the files that are in there, but essentially I think it's for mounting up or checking the hardware devices. I'm not sure. I'll have to recheck that, but I think that is what it was. And that's under DEV for device files, I believe. I'm hoping I'm getting that right. If I'm incorrect, please correct me in chat, because you guys are more of the experts than I am. So here's just a thumb drive. I don't know even what's on there. I think I was just storing some files that I was downloading, some PDFs from the Linux Foundation, that kind of stuff. And then I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. I think it might be something that I was using for a program, like a zip file or something like that. I don't know if I can eject that. I don't know where that's at. Apparently it's under documents. And where is it at? That's weird. I don't see it under documents. There's a program that I downloaded for my Baofeng shortwave radio, and for some reason that always shows as mounted. I'm not sure why. It's a disk image. That's what it is. Let's see. Well, let me adjust that screen. It just says something image IMG. I don't know what that is. Does anybody else know what that is? If you do, let me know, because I'd kind of like that not to show up. It's under dev, apparently, the device files, and it's read only, and it's dev/loop 0. Like this one's dev SDA, dev NVE ME. That's my hard drive, or yeah, my hard drive. This is my what do you call it, memory card that I can take out, but this is under the dev folder. I don't know why. I don't know why it's there, but anywho, if anybody knows the answer to that, how I can eject that, or if I should eject that, let me know, because it's all it is a program that will help me program my handheld. It's around here somewhere, my handheld little shortwave radio for like weather emergencies and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out at some point. What else? Okay. Where did I leave off here? Mount point for temporary mounted files, OPT, add-on application software packages, SBIN, system binaries, SRV, data for services provided by this system, TMP, temporary files, USR, multiple user utilities and applications, secondary hierarchy, requires directories bin, include, lib, local, sbin, and share. VAR, variable files. I'm not sure what that one is. I did read about it the other day in the book, but I can't remember. I'm sorry what that one is. And then root. Okay, now this is where this kind of blew me away. This was really cool. I didn't know this. I thought root was just root. I thought / was root and that was it. Well, I was reading in the book that, and this kind of proves it, there's the root directory of the entire file system of everything. But then, like, for example, if we go into, I think if we go into terminal and type in, what do we type in? CD / maybe? Is that, no, that's not it. Root. No, I can't remember, darn it. No, I'm not a cop or anything like that. I can show you the radio. It's around here somewhere. Because I do a weather channel, I live on the middle of nowhere. I got one off Amazon. Here it is. This is a Baofeng BF-F8HP. I'm not sure. I think that's the one that you type in chats. It's let me see if I can get it up in the camera. And it's probably too dark in here, but yeah. I just keep this on the charger and you can turn it on.
Channel mode.
And let's see. So I use that program to program my stuff in here. But most of the time I'm just listening to weather. It also has the ability to go into FM radio, I believe. I don't think it picks up AM radio, but it's pretty handy. I can pick up some stuff. We don't have a lot of repeaters in my area. There's not a lot that broadcast in my area. I would probably need like one of those big antennas you put on the house to pick up those channels. All I really pick up on there is weather radio, FM stations, and like you were saying, if there was like an emergency and somebody else had a radio, I could, two-way with people. I haven't been able to pick up police stations or fire stations or NASA or anything like that yet. For local police, I just downloaded an app called Scanner or something, Scanner Plus or something like that on my phone, and I can listen to like county radio, police and fire and stuff like that. But yeah, what I do is it came with a little dongle. There's this little USB plug right here, and then it's really dark in here. You just plug it into the side of the Baofeng, and then you run the app, which I can show you really quick. I think it's under downloads, maybe. Where is it at? Oh, I don't remember where I installed it. Documents, maybe. Is there like a find option in your thing here where I could like search for it? It doesn't really matter, but it's a cool program. I mean, if you need to program, because you can like program like millions of channels in there, like with the click of a button. It's super easy. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, do I like LMDE or Linux Mint better? LMDE. What is LMDE? I've been using a Linux Mint. That was I think the first distro I downloaded was Ubuntu. I downloaded that one and I liked it. And then I was watching a YouTube video about Linux, and they mentioned Linux Mint, that it was based off Ubuntu, and I liked the way it looked, and I thought it was cool, so I downloaded it and ran it on an old computer, and I really enjoyed it. I like the way I like that it has this right here where I can go in and categorize my apps and keep them kind of separated. So if I want to go to an Office app, I can just do that. I like the fact that it has a taskbar kind of thing here where I can pin my applications and get to them quickly. At some point, I want to get to the point where I'm fast and with Terminal and can pretty much do everything with Terminal, like open applications. I want to have Terminal like open up on a separate monitor so it's there all the time, and I can do, I'm hoping like 90% of my stuff in Terminal. I want to get to that point where I can do that. I'm not comfortable with doing it yet, and I don't know all the different commands and how to, I don't even know if I can open an application from there. Let's, if I just type in the name of an application, could I start it? Oh, up in the top right. Oh yeah, there we go. So the name of the file was, or the name of the application, what the heck was the name of it? Chirp. There it is. It's chirp. So let's type in chirp. Nothing came up. I know it's on my computer though, because I installed it on here. Documents. Maybe download documents. Let's put in chirp. I guess there's a way to do it in Terminal also. And chirp. Nothing came out. I know. I don't understand why I'm having such a hard time finding it. Because I know it's in here. Somewhere. Maybe accessories. Oh, there it is. It's under accessories. Here it is. So this is what chirp looks like. If anybody's interested in programming their Baofeng radio. Oops. You can do that. So all you got to do is plug in your radio to it. You just go to File. New. And then you can literally just go in and program the frequencies. You can give them a name and it'll show it up on there. What I did was I went to a website and you put in your GPS coordinates and it'll tell you all the stations that you can pick up within, it goes like 25, 50, 100 mile radius of you. It'll copy them all into here and then you just hit the button to transfer, upload to your radio, and boom, there it is. It's pretty easy peasy. Easy stuff. Oh no, I haven't used that. I haven't used the Linux Debian. Or have I? I downloaded another version of, oh, I know what I did use. I use Ubuntu, Linux, or I'm sorry, Cinnamon version of that, but I haven't done anything else. Click on file system and search, then you're only searching. Yeah, chirp is a lifesaver because otherwise you would have to sit there and like type everything in. This way you can use that program and put in hundreds of channels, and then I put in all my channels and then I just hit scan and sit there and wait for it. I also put in like no weather radio, and then for police, fire, hospital, stuff like that. They're not on one of those frequencies that radio will pick up, unfortunately. I guess back in the day, like years ago, they did, and you could listen to everything on that radio. But apparently they're transmitting on a different frequency that they can't pick up anymore, or it's encrypted. So I just downloaded an app from the App Store, and you just put in what county you live in the country, and it somehow picks it up. I don't know how it picks it up, but it does. I don't know how it does it, but anyhow, so quick question. Why didn't Chirp show up? Because it's installed here. It's under the accessories right there, Chirp. Why didn't it show up? Is it because that weird thing? Like, remember, see, like here, it's showing here. I don't understand why. It says something documents Baofeng. There's the radio. I thought maybe that was the Chirp application, but it's not. I guess it's not. It just says like 7.7 KB loop device. I don't know what that means. My Baofeng radio is not plugged into my computer right now, so I don't know why that's showing. I don't know. I don't get it. I think that little icon next to it means that it's removable, but I don't know. I have no idea what that means. It's a really small file. It says 7.7 KB or 7,600 bytes. And it's under the dev loop 0 directory. So I don't know what that is, how to find it, if it's important, if I should get rid of it, if I should keep it. I don't know. But anyhow, so yeah, getting back to the training portal. I was reading the book that I downloaded the other day about root, and like in this graphic right here, it's saying the root directory of the entire file system hierarchy is /, which is root. Okay. But then you kind of have root again, which is root for, I don't know that. See, now it's confusing me, because does every user have root? And then there's a bigger root that holds all the system stuff. That's what's really confusing me. It may be, you might be right, Monster. It may have been APT, I'm not sure. User bin or user local bin, not your user home directory. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't seem like it's important. So help me out a little bit here. So so up here, like if I go up a little bit right here, we have Dan at Linux Mint tilde $. Okay. And then I typed in the command. Let me clear it out. See, now we don't have the tilde. Now we're just at root $. But is that root that's in my terminal right here the /ROOT / home directory for root user? Or, which I don't think it is. I think that's what it is. But how can you access just the / the actual root? Can you actually access that? Here, let me blow it up bigger. I wish I had a little thing to make it bigger. This is right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. The root directory of the entire file system. Are you allowed, even though I'm a super user or whatever, because I'm the only account on the computer, can I actually access that? Like if I put in like su root or something like that? Okay, so there's root at Linux Mint. And then if I put in, okay, so here we go. Here, when I went into su root and I ran ls command, it's giving me essentially everything that's in this graphic that we're looking at right here. Let's see, bin is in there. There's two bins. There's like a bin /user, then there's a bin.user. There's boot. right there. Note the ls, just the slash. You actually don't have permission to go into /root/. You can try with the cd root instead of cd /. It's just called root by convention, meaning it is the very base of the system. You cannot access slash because you are already in it with slash. Okay, so these files that I'm looking at in the terminal right now, is that what's being represented over here on the graphic on the website? Because it looks like they're all matching up. There's a couple of extra ones in there. I see lib. I see mount. I see OPT. Now there's one in there called proc, PROC, that's not on this list right here. There's SBIN twice. Services is there. Temp is there. User and var are on there. Now that you're the root user, you can access the /root. And is that what I'm looking at? Am I looking in terminal right now? Am I looking at /root//, or am I looking at just slash? Because this graphic that's over here is saying there's slash and then there's /root/. It's at the very bottom of the list. Proc, okay. Proc is on the bottom of the list. It's at the very bottom. Virtual file system documenting kernel and process status as text files. So to get out of here, whoops, cd exit. Is that what I would do? Oh shoot, I forget. Cd su. Su. Dan. Now I can't remember how to get out of this. If I want to get it out. Oh man, I'm struggling here. Root is the root user's home directory. See, this is where I get into a bind sometime. I get into something that I don't know how to get out of. So that usually means that I probably should not have been in there. And that usually tells me, reboot my computer, get out of it. Okay, so just / holds every single file on your system. But that's also referred to as root, from what I understand. Oh, so SU just means switch user. Don't use the SU command. So SU is switch user and sudo means super user, right? I do SU Dan now and get out. Okay. Why did it work that time? It didn't work when I did it before. Because if I go to history, I swear I hit it like a couple times. Maybe I didn't. My bad. Maybe I didn't. Oh, it doesn't list everything that I did though. Okay. As a regular user, you can type a login at the terminal and log in as root if you need to. Then type exit to exit back to regular user. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow night. I'm probably going to stream just about every night. That's the plan. The root user has a separate history file. Oh, so if I was in... Oh, shit. How did I get back there? I don't know if I want to get back there. I'm scared to get back there, honestly. See, what is... Okay. I'm confused now. So right now, I'm in the root of Dan. Am I not? So if you su root, you'll be able to see the history. I could have sworn I did that. Oh, because I use CD. That's why. See, I did do su Dan, and it didn't work. Number 59, it didn't work. Well, the first time I tried CD Dan, so obviously that wasn't going to work. Then I went SU Dan, it didn't work. I tried CD, I tried SU, and then I ran SU Dan again. So let's go back to SU. Okay, so now I'm back in the root of Dan, right? No, you're in root of the entire system. Back when I was in SU root. Shit. So right now you're in the root of the entire system, conventionally called the root directory. Okay, root directory, I'm fine with that. I got that. So if I SU Dan, now I'm in the root of Dan, not the root directory. Or am I, so / is root directory that holds everything. But if I'm in Dan at Linux Mint / I'm in the root directory of just Dan. No, Dan doesn't have a root. You're still in root of the system. Then what does this mean over here then, where it says /? What is, here's the system root right there in the beginning. Then why does it have another root? /root/? That's like really confusing to me. That's like extremely confusing. Root holds everything on your system, including your user directory, which is /home/Dan, and root home, which is /root. You know what, guys? This is kind of ironic, but let me get the fair use thing up real quick. Because because I'm going to play something for you guys. This is the video that I watched the other day. Let me add this to my YouTube description really quick because I don't want on my very first live stream to get flagged. There is a description that I need to put in here. Fair use. I want to do that thing that we did the other night because there's something that I want you guys to see to tell me if it makes sense to you. Let me put this in the video description really quick, just so I don't get in trouble. Let me save that really quick. And then go back. I missed a couple things in chat here. Let me look at it really quick. Basically, all normal users get a home directory in /home. So Dan's home directory is /home Dan. If I had a user on your PC, it would be home/Siri. But because the root user is special, he gets to have his home directory outside of the home. His is just in the root. The root user's home directory is /root. There's a video in here. This is it. All right, I've already put the Fair Use Act in there, so I'm not using this for profit. I'm just using this for educational purposes, as that's what we're doing right now is educational. I just want you guys to hear this one part really quick.
Ever wondered what all those strange folders like bin, etc, and user actually do in Linux? In this video, we'll break down the Linux file system structure, starting from the root. In Linux, everything begins at the root directory, represented by a single /. It's the top-level folder from which
all other files and directories descend. Think of it like the trunk of a tree. Unlike Windows, which uses separate drive letters, Linux has a single unified file system, and everything connects back to root, including external drives and partitions. You might also see /root, but don't confuse it with /. / is the starting point of the entire system, while /root is just a subdirectory. It's the personal home folder of the root user, who has full administrative access. In other words, / is the starting point of the file system, while /root is just one of the many folders inside it. This separation helps maintain a clean and secure system structure. Now let's move to one of the most important system directories.
Okay, so he pretty much said it right, it seems like. Yes, I agree. I think it should be referred to as slash or something like that. They need to, I mean, for folks who know Linux inside and out and it's not a beginner, I'm sure just calling it root is fine because they'll understand what that means. But somebody who's never messed with it before or is trying to learn what it is, it's very, very confusing. We should call the root of the file system just slash. Yeah. No, you guys aren't confusing. It's just that I'm new. And I think if I was experienced, what y'all would have said would have been very straightforward. It's straightforward. But so it's still a little bit confusing. Okay, so there's slash. Let's just call it slash. Slash has everything in it. Everything. All the user accounts, everything that makes the computer do or the operating system do what it's going to do, or Linux do what it's going to do. And then the root is everything that I have access to, that I can get into basically. If I was just a normal user, like every user has its own root. Here, let me ask you this question. Does every user have its own root assigned to that user? Slash is just called root by convention. I can see where the confusion comes from. When you see slash, just think trunk. Ah, that's a good way to put it. Maybe they need to rename it trunk. I don't know. I think they need to rename it something else. Or they need to rename the other root something else. Like user home or something. I don't know. Slash root is the root user's home directory. Bam, there it goes. That's what I was looking for. So slash root is the root of the user's home directory. Phrase it this way. Every user has a home directory with the same name as the user. No, there is only one slash for the entire system. So your home directory is called Dan. Okay, all right. And the root user and the root user's home directory is called root. And the root user's home directory is called root. Bam. All right, well said. There we go. That explains it. So I really would, I mean, I know they're not going to do it. I know they're not going to change because it's probably been this way since day one. But I really wish they would rename the slash to something else. I wish, like Monster was saying, like if they named it trunk or something like that, I think that would help out newer people. But I know they're probably not, they're not really concerned with that, Slash root is like slash home Dan, except for the root user, the administrator. All normal users' home directories are under /home, and the root user's home directory is under slash. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So like if we were having a conversation on stream and you were like, "Hey Dan, go into the root directory." Would you be saying go into slash? Or me being new, would you say, "Hey Dan, go into your root directory, not the system root directory or trunk"? All normal users' home directories are under /home. Okay. Yeah. So that's what scared me about Linux back when I first saw Linux in 2000, whatever it was, 1999, 2000, something like that. The first time I ever saw Linux was SUSE on a guy's laptop at school. And I was like, what the heck is that? And he was in terminal. And I was like, hey, that looks just like DOS. I'd say go into your home directory. Bam, there you go. That maybe then that's what they need to do. Maybe call /root and call your home directory home. Your home root home. Because if we go, like you just typed, if we go cd /home/Dan, we're home. I mean, we're home. And when I hit ls, it brings up everything in my home. It brings up my desktop, my downloads, my pictures, my public, my music, my documents, and then what other files I've created on that level. That makes sense to me. Home. No user, even root user, has a root directory. Only the system has a root directory. Yeah, that's what I'm coming to the conclusion, Monster. That's kind of the conclusion I'm coming to now. Users have home directories. The system has a root directory. I like it the way that y'all said it, that the users have a home directory. But sometimes it's referred to as root. That's what I don't like. That's what confuses me. Like not this guy. I don't know if this guy on this video, Whiteboard Doodles, I don't know if that guy described it as root, but sometimes I'll watch a video, like a how-to video, and they'll say, oh, it's in the root directory. But they're really talking about the user's home directory. I think it's just how people use the word root sometimes, I guess. It's just that the admin's home directory is called the same thing as the top level folder. Okay. So what I'm looking at here, let me clear it out. When I ls into Dan, that's my home directory, right? Right. Exactly, Monster. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's right. Yep. Yep. It's just the admin's home directory, right? Okay, so this is Dan's home directory. But is that also sometimes by people referred to as my root directory? Like my root directory, not the system root directory. Bam, you read my mind. You read my mind. See, you guys, we're on the same wavelength here. See, you guys should be teachers, man. You guys need to be teaching this stuff. I'm serious. You guys need to be teaching this. Because even though there's like a 10-second delay in chat, you guys explain it better by typing it than these guys can do by using graphics and videos and their voice. Because you guys have explained it in like a couple minutes better than some of these guys have explained it in like hour-long videos. Calling it Dan's root is super confusing. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I wish they would just use home folder and save the word root for slash or something. All right, now that I've worn out my brain, do you guys want to finish watching this dude's video? Let me see how long it is, though. It's 17 minutes, but we can cut it down. Or do you guys want to get back into introduction of Linux? Let's see. What else does he cover? He covers lib. He's pretty much covering what's in the file system hierarchy right now. Or you guys want to do something fun? You guys want to like do terminal commands or something like that and mess around? Because it looks like this guy's pretty much covering everything that's in this chapter. You're right, man. Because even that, see, they're doing it in this graphic. They're saying root directory of the entire file system hierarchy, and then down here they're saying home directory for the root user. But it's called root. So if somebody had never used Linux before and they're taking this course to learn about it, I think that would that's super confusing. Well, let's see if they've got anything in here that we can explore really quick into. I don't know if they're going to have anything in here command line like let's go to the next page really quick. More about the file system hierarchy standard. All Linux file systems names are case sensitive, so /boot, /capital boot, and all capital boot represent 3 different directories or folders. Many distributions distinguish between core utilities needed for proper system operation in other programs and place the latter in directories under /user. To get a sense for how the other programs are organized, find the /user directory in the diagram from the previous page and compare it to the subdirectories with those that exist directly under the system root directory. So like if we look at this right here, I think what did we type in tree or something? Yeah, like that. I guess that's what they did. So like if we go into, that's a way expanded tree. Dang, I didn't mean to do that. Let me get back to ls. So in all these 4 pictures that they're showing here, these screenshots, it says at the top student at CentOS. Okay, so that's just like my Dan at Linux Mint. Now they're in, what directory are they in? Let's see. I think the first one is actually root. The second one looks like the home directory. The third one, again, looks like root. The fourth one looks like root. Or are they all root? I think the second one is just the home directory. You won't have to learn everything about the file system. There's only a small handful you will have to go into from time. Man, I don't want to go into any of them. I'm scared to death of going into any of them. I'm afraid that if I do it, I'm going to mess everything up. But I know eventually, once I feel more comfortable with it, I will. But right now, I'm leaving it alone. Okay, so the third one is /user. Okay, I see that now. And the fourth one was what? Is var. Oh, I didn't even see that. So can I do that? Can I just type in tree / Dan, maybe? No, can't do that. Here, let me just try typing in what they typed in. Tree / a cd -l1. There we go. So what is that I'm looking at now? That's my home directory with the hidden file showing. Oh, I can do that too. Oh yeah, but that brings everything. You have to use those other things to make it. I don't know what all that ACD-L1 is. I don't know what all that means. Okay, all right. Yeah, Monster, that's a good idea. Just as long as I don't mess with anything, I guess it'd be fine. So that's just a different way of looking at it, I guess. Let me I'm gonna write down all those things and then go into the man page later and figure out what they all mean. I know what the A stands for, that's hidden files, but I don't know what the capital C, the small d, the big L, and the 1 means. Maybe, oh, level 1, maybe just one level in the tree. Capital L1 is probably only top level directories, not what's inside. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's eliminate things. Let's go here and let's take out the A. So that should eliminate hidden files. Yep. So it's just process of elimination. If we take the small a, excuse me, if we take the small a out, it removes the hidden files. Let's see what happens if we remove the D. Essentially the same thing. Let's remove the C. Same thing. It shows 13 directories. So really you only need to put in tree -capital L for one level. So if we go back and add -A, then it should be the same exact thing we're looking at now, except they'll show the hidden directories. Okay. Any file with a preceding dot is hidden, and those are configuration files. Okay, that was interesting. That's good to know. I mean, I kind of like the looks of that sometimes, because when I just put in ls, you know, if you have a small like terminal window or something like that, or even if it's too big, it's kind of spread out. But if you do that, it kind of makes it smaller. But I guess you could do the same thing, right, with -lh. Yeah, I did kind of figure something out there, didn't I? Siri. just process of elimination, just remove things from it. And I'll tell you, but honestly, where I picked that up from was using man. I'm addicted to using man now. Like if I go into man ls, because basically what I do, so like now when I go into man ls, I'll write down all the variables that you can put in, if that's what you call them. I don't know if they're maybe arguments. I don't know. Man, I don't know if they're called arguments or variables, but what I'll do is I'll run the ls command and I'll write down like every single thing that's in man, like B, capital B, C, capital C. And I just try them out. I'll just go through. You guys don't see me doing it, but I'll like sit here for an hour testing it, you know, trying out different stuff. Oh, what about, that's a good idea. Tree help. Ah, okay. This isn't like a man page though, is it? Oh. Dash meta first, print metadata at the beginning of each line, print info. File option Q, print non-printable characters. So what was the one that we eliminated? So small a, it should come up with hidden files, maybe not. It's not on there. Let me see something. Oh, there it goes. All files are listed. What was the capital C? Oh, small c is sort files by last status change. I do remember that from something else. I don't remember where. I think that might have been the ls man page. I think I saw that there. There we go. Oh, there it goes. Capital C stands for, or it makes it turn colorization on always. So help is just like the man page, but more concise. Okay. Options or flags. All right, let me write that down. Hold on. Options or flags. Whoops, flags. Right on. Awesome. I gotta learn how to talk the talk. But I love it now. I mean, most people won't do it. Like I was watching this younger person do a video and I was like, man, just go into the man page, you know, and look for it. But they were like Googling it. But I don't like Googling things. I only Google stuff when it's kind of like my last resort. I'd rather learn it through the man page, because as you're going through the man page, like with the options or flags, you kind of see something. Like I'll be reading down the descriptions of it and I'll be like, oh man, I got to try that one, you know? So like there was one here that I wanted to kind of try, where it shows every single thing. Where was it? Oh, where did I see it? Okay, let's see what Q does. Let's go tree. And then dash A Q dash only the first level. I don't know if that Q did anything. Okay, ls optional. Oh, you're not saying to type that, are you? I'm not sure. option argument. Oh, okay. Non-printable characters. So I wonder. I'm just curious. Let me read this. Tree is recursive directory listing program that produces a depth intended listing of files, which is colorized ALA. Directory colors if the ls underscore colors environment variable is set and output is to tty. With no arguments, tree lists the files in the current directory when directory. All right, let me let's see here. Oh, you're saying no, that's the structure of the command line. Command. So command option argument. Wait a minute, did we put F in there that one time? Let me let's put in tree. I don't know if it matters what order I put this in. Shit, now I forgot. Was it F? Ah, darn it. Okay, hold on. I guess it. Oh, because I didn't use capital L. That's what it was. Now let's do it without the F. It just, so the F added the period and the slash to it. Are you doing okay, buddy? How's my son? I'm letting him stay up late tonight. It's Saturday night, and they have the whole next week off for Thanksgiving. They have the whole week of school. See, I find to me, I might be a nerd, which I know I am, but playing with Terminal to me is awesome. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but learning Terminal to me is like one of the coolest things. And I know that's like probably like one of the nerdiest things to say, but I don't care because, like I've told you guys before, DOS was my first thing. I don't know what version of DOS I was using, but everything was done through DOS. And it was a little bit of a pain in the ass at first because I didn't have an instruction manual that it came with. A man that my dad used to work with had a manual and let my dad borrow it. And when I was a kid, man, I went through that manual like crazy. And I learned DOS inside and out, backwards and forwards. But that's when I was 12. So that was a long time ago. So I don't remember a whole lot about it. But this reminds me a lot of DOS. And I could do a lot of things in DOS. And it was awesome. Because you can pretty much anything, almost anything or anything, I don't know which way I'm saying it, but you can pretty much do anything in Terminal from what I understand. Bash RC, what's a Bash RC? it's a script in your home directory that runs every time you open a new interactive terminal used to customize your command line environment. It's where you can set up personalized settings like aliases for long commands, shell functions, customized prompts. Let's see if they have any images. See, that looks cool with all the different colors that they have there. That's pretty neat. Like mine isn't like a whole bunch of different colors. I went in and modified them by going to preferences like that and messing with like here, like I just did the colors and stuff. It gives you a lot of options, but bash rc is your configuration file for your bash shell. You need to do it. You need to do like a tutorial video on that. All right, so I'm totally stuck. I'm not bored with that class thing because I'm learning stuff, but I don't know if it goes into, I'm not sure if we're going to get into, well, we're getting a little bit into terminal, but I really want to learn everything I can about terminal. Is there a book or something out there that would be a good resource? Because I'm really digging terminal. I really like it. Echo term. Xterm 256 colors. Sorry, I had to look at the weather map really quick. Arizona is getting a lot of rain right now, which is really unusual. They're about to get a lot of rain in Camp Verde and Phoenix. Open it up and look at it. There's a terminal book. Because a lot of those books you can download for free from Google. Like I downloaded, I don't have it saved to this computer. I think I have it saved on my laptop. If you go into Google and type in the title of the book and type .type:PDF, here, I'll show you. I learned this the other day. If you just go into a normal, let's go back to Google. Let's just go back to Google here. I need to think the title of a book. What's the name of a generic? There we go. The Linux command line. If you go to Google and type in the Linux command line and then type in .type:PDF and then look for something that says PDF up at the top. Sometimes you have to try a bunch of different ones. Okay, let's go back. Let's try this one. There it is. You have the whole book, 504 pages. Is this one? But here it is. I got the book right here, William Schatz, right there. So we can download this if we go to right here, download. It'll download it for us. Whoops. What did I do? That's not the thing. That's not what I'm looking for. There it is. So now we can go minimize that and then go into downloads really quick. And let's see if we can find some cool command line stuff. Let me close this. I don't need that open. If you guys know the chapter or page or whatever, just tell me if there's something in here that's like really cool. Let's see if I can get this a little bigger. So yeah, that was a pretty good trick. If you know the title of the book, just type it in and then type in doc type :PDF. In any book that's on the internet in PDF format, you can download it for free. I don't know if that's illegal. I hope not. I'm just using this for educational purposes anyway. So, like the very first one we have here is the calendar command. Date. And then let's see, let's go to the next page. And then DF. And then there's probably other options in here. Free. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We take it very seriously. And it's only for educational purposes. As soon as I'm done this live stream, obviously I'll delete it. I won't save it to my hard drive. We're just using this strictly for educational purposes. Yeah, we do not, Siri, you said it perfectly. We do not condone the illegal download of pirated books. We do not condone anything illegal on this stream. We're simply using this for educational purposes. It would be cool to have this on my Kindle, though. You guys are funny. Okay, understanding the system file tree. Oh my god, we just went through this. Okay, so let's see if it gives us any commands to do it. So there's homed in, pwd, ls. We all know that. Well, I know that one now since we first started. What's some other fun ones here? What is a /user bin do? It just says bash in a directory. I want to learn more about, I think Monster said it, that bash r, what was it, bash rc or something like that. Can you do that? Can you cd the bin? Nah. So cd, of course, has changed the working directory to your home directory. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to downloads real quick, because they're saying use cd dash. I always used like if we were in downloads and whoops. If we were in downloads, I would always go cd space ... But I'm also a time person, so cd dash, it would be faster to take. Oh, it didn't work. Wait a minute, I worked before. There it goes. It takes you back up one level, it looks like. The menu on the left, you can expand it. Which menu? Bin is binary. It's a type of file format. It's an executable file. User bin holds user binaries. Okay. Let's go to so there's our, oh, wait a minute. I've never used this command before. ls/user. Whoa, what's that, guys? Bin games include library 64, I guess, library or libexec, local sbin share. Let's go, let's see, cd games. It says that no such file exists, but it listed it there. Oh, in the book menu. Hover over where the menu meets the book and you can expand it. Oh, like that? Oh, there we go. You only type ls user, you're still in your home directory. Oh, oh, okay, I got you. Oh, but it still didn't work. Okay. I still want to know what this is. Hold on, what was it? CD, dang it, what did I do? Let's see. I can't remember what I did now. Okay, let's go to, now that we can see the chapters, a longer look at long formats. Oh, wait a minute. This kind of explains a lot. So there's options. There's the short option and there's the long option. If you want all files, I've always used the -a, but the long option is --all. The capital A is almost all. It's like a option, except it does not list .current directory and parent directory. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's just ls it and see something. Okay, so that's what I expected to see, the hidden files. Now let's do it with a capital A and see what the difference is. There is a difference. There's two things missing. I'm not sure which two there are. No, I'm sorry. With the capital A, it added two things, I believe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. CD into your user, then type ls. So that's what I'm in right now, right? I'm in my user. Oh, it was the first two? Oh, the two dots. I wonder what those two dots are. Let's... that's it right there. So I brought up the D. So that stands for directory. Ordinarily, if a directory is specified, ls will list the contents of the directory, not the directory itself. Use this option in conjunctions with -l option to see details about the directory rather than its contents. So let's DL it and see. Oh, okay. Let's try it with the capital F. Dot means current directory, two dots means one directory above. Oh, I get it. Okay, so that explains why if we were in downloads, for example, and we type cd ... that takes us up one directory. If we were to put, let's go back to downloads, for example, and cd ... it stays right there, which is exactly what you just said, Mon. It's the current directory. So there's our current directory. There's up one level. Okay. Okay, H is human readable. I've used that one before. L, I don't know if I've ever used ls. No, I've used ls. LH. Okay. Because L just means long, right? And then the H gives it to us for human readable or whatever. That's interesting. You can do it in a reverse. Displays the results in reverse order. Normally, L's display its result in ascending order alphabetically. Oh, you can do okay, that doesn't. Here, let's change our directory to downloads really quick. I'm going to test this. Downloads, because I know there's a lot of file in there. Okay. So now we're in my downloads directory. Now it says here that if you put it ls with a S, a capital S, it's going to sort it in file size. Oh, shoot, what did I do? Oh, I meant ls-lhs. Let's see if it worked. I don't think it worked. I don't think it did it right. Let's just try ls. I'm sorry. Let's try ls, just s, ls. You didn't do it right again. Let's see. Oh, because did I use a small or a capital? I think I used a capital. There we go. You have to use a capital S. Dot means current directory, two dots mean two. And you can double dot all the way up to slash. No way. So this might be useful, guys, that the option capital S sorts by file size. So if you're trying to figure out what's taking up a lot of space in a current directory, you can just use the capital S. Let's go CD up, CD up, CD up, CD up. Okay, so it's just there. That's as far as we can go. That's pretty awesome. LS, L capital S. I like that. Whoa, what is that swap file? Oh, okay, never mind. That's the root. My God, what is swap file? Look how big swap file is. Oh, wait a minute. Two gigs. Swap file is 2 gigs. Is that when it's using the hard drive as RAM? I think what a lot of newcomers miss or make things harder is that Unix was originally designed as a programming environment, not necessarily a desktop OS. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Swap is your file on the disk that is reserved for when you use more RAM than you have. Swap holds current processes if you suspend your system or run out of RAM. Yeah. So it's reserving 2 gigs for swap. That's basically what it's doing, I think. Let's go. This starts getting into long list fields. Determining a file's type with file. As we explore the system, it will be useful to know what files contain. To do this, we will use the file command to determine a file type. As we discussed earlier, file names in Linux are not required to reflect a file's contents. While a file name like picture.jpg would normally be expected to contain a JPEG compressed image, it is not required to in Linux. We can invoke the file command this way: file name. When you invoke the file command, we'll print a brief description of the file's contents. For example, oh, okay, let's do that. Let's test that out. Okay, let's go into documents and test it out. Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. What's going on here? It says Dan Linux, but when I LS'd it, brought up root for some reason. Okay, because it's got the tilde there. So cd dan maybe? cd dan? Because I have the tilde there. I don't want that, right? I don't want the tilde. See, we have the tilde there and not the slash. Something, let's go cd. There we go. Okay. Now let's ls it. Home. Okay. And then we need to cd what? Oh, I do want that. So what have I done? Where am I? pwd. I'm just in home. So I need to go home, Dan. And let's pwd it now. Okay, now I'm back home. ls. Okay, now let's test this. Let's go to cd documents. And let's ls it, find a file. And then let's go to, this isn't a good example. Let's go to cd YouTube. I'm looking for a text file, honestly. Okay, there's a PNG. So if we use the file command and type TUX pencil.png, it should give us all the information. Okay, it gives us the name tuxpencil.png. It tells us that it's a PNG image file, 1024 by 1024, 8-bit color RGB, non-interlaced. Right, the tilde means that you're in your user home directory. Okay. You don't want the slash. That's pretty cool, guys. Let me do that again. So check this out. What I try to do in my mind too is while I'm learning terminal, when I type in a command in the terminal, I try to think in my mind, how would I have done that in the GUI? So in this case, I think by typing file in the file name with terminal giving me all the information about it would be equivalent to me going into here, going into documents, YouTube, TUX pencil, which was the file that we were looking at, and right clicking on it and going down to properties, right? I'm thinking this and this are essentially the same thing, because we already know that it's in document/YouTube. When we go to, now the only thing that it didn't give us was the file size. It actually gave us more information than properties did. See, there it goes under image. It tells us that it's a PNG. It tells us the width and the height. So properties gives you some information that didn't. It gave us the full path, but we already know what the full path is because we can look at what we typed. The only difference is that the terminal didn't tell us the size of the file. Now, I bet if we put an option after that, it would have. right? I'm sure there is. Type file TUX tab. Okay. Ah, that's right. I forgot about that. It'll autocomplete. Now, what is the option or flag for file size? Is there a flag that you can put in there that will include the file size? Let's go to man file and see if there's a flag that we can use. Here we go. I was kind of guessing that it might have been a small f, but no. P maybe. No. Well, yeah, let's try P. Let's try P and see. Let's try P. I can't remember if it was capital or little. Nah, that didn't work. So that's no different. I don't think that option was any different than what we saw before. It's not. It's the same. There might be a way to do it. I just haven't read that far yet. Down. Less file name. Tab. Whoa. Whoa. What just happened? What am I looking at, guys? No identify available. Install ImageMagick to browse images. Tux pencil would be the argument. Options go before the argument. Oh. What is this? I don't even know what I typed. I think I typed less and then the file name. Press Q. That didn't make a difference. So what the heck was I looking at there? Was that something that I can install that I would try to display the image on my screen or something? Let me type that again. It says install ImageMagick to browse images. So is that a APT, a situation where I can go APT or yeah. So would we go sudo install APT or ImageMagick? Sorry, try again? What? That's my password. Cannot stat ATP, right? It's ATP, right? No, APT? So should I Google that first? Never blindly install. Always be sure if package name you're saying install app, but it should be app install. Okay. So it says here that ImageMagick is a free open source software suite used for editing and manipulating digital images. It can be used to create, edit, compose, or convert bitmap images and supports a wide range. So Siri says he doesn't care, man. He just installs anything. Doesn't matter to him. He lives dangerously. Here, let me go back. I think I might have typed it in wrong. Oh, I typed capital. All right, so wasn't it less? Yeah, okay, there it is. It didn't display it. Oh, wait. Hmm. Maybe because it's a PNG. It says it monster. Yeah, it's trying to display, but your terminal doesn't support images. If you had a terminal like Wii's term, it would display. I don't think X term supports PNG. Okay, I got you. Here's a quick question. This might, if you let me quit this. If I install that image magic and I decided that it's something that I do not want my terminal to be able to do or on my computer, is there a way to reverse that? Can I like uninstall image magic? Like say I accidentally down something that I don't want. Is there a way to reverse app install whatever the file name is? Here, let me see something really quick. Ah. Oh, I did it. Awesome. So it just reverse, it just so app install, app remove. Very cool. Okay, here's another question. What's sudo app purge do again? Remove the config. Okay. Sudo app purge. Okay. So sudo app remove file name and then run sudo app purge. Okay, so here's another question. In this one, okay, let me think of a program. Let's use Spotify, for example. If I'm in terminal, can I just type in Spotify? And well, okay, it worked. Okay, so that answers that question. It did work. It opened up Spotify. It just opened it up on another window. Okay. Okay, so here's another question. Is there a way in terminal that I can type a command that will list all the applications that I have installed? And some applications that I have installed, I think, are app images, which I don't really understand. And they're sitting in my downloads folder. For example, if we go to downloads, this right here, Supercell WX, it's a weather app I have sitting there. Are all the files that I downloaded with that program stored in that app image, or did it contaminate my system with other files, or is everything self-contained? That's a long question. Let me go check on my son really quick and I'll be right back. I know that's a really long question. I'm gonna go refill my drink. I'll be right back. What you doing, buddy? I just want to mess. Can't sleep like.
Yeah.
I read my tablet or I read books like that. You don't have to go super early tomorrow. I don't know. And then I get they get a church. Mom was used to stuff. This used to stuff.
Which is like the Legos or Play-Doh?
What about you? Device.
Which is related? Which one?
Maybe put it up in those percent.
Yeah. So I was what you said was culture.
You need to set the team up. Because last time when I tried to set the team up, you were like, no, you can't have that guy. No, you can't have that guy. No, you can't have that guy. It's too powerful. It's not doing that. Here, we might get back in one. Wait, you can what? Popcorn down here, dude, and put that. Well, if you want to set some tape, do it. I'm gonna use the bathroom and then I'm gonna finish my stream up and then I'll go. Hey,
Next Friday.
hey, you might want to plug your tablet into the charger.
What is that? 80 feet.
Oh, I'll stick with it. Oh, it's Steven already. It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna finish my stream and then I'll be there. Okay, you can list all the packages installed by apt. An app image is self-contained. It includes everything it needs to run on your system in one place. Great. Okay. Flatpaks are also self-contained applications. When you installed a package with apt, it could place things in multiple files of your system depending on the program. There is one command you can type to list all your programs because there is no one command you can type to list all your programs because that depends on their location and type. Okay, that makes sense. So if I were to just delete an app image, then I'm done. I don't need to run purge, do I? Or maybe it's just good practice to do that anyway. So for example, if I went into my downloads folder where that app image is, and I type in RM file name, that should do it. Okay, man, let's just see. Can you rename that? To my knowledge, app images are not managed by APT. Okay. That answers that. So I'm still in this book. Symbolic links real quick. I'm just seeing if there's anything else cool. Manipulating files and directories. I think we pretty much covered this in our very first stream. CP copies files, MV moves files, directories, make directories. We've done that. Remove files and directories. LN, create hard and symbolic links. That I've never done before. I've done that one. I've made a directory before. And I've used the make directory with several after it. App images are also not tracked by APT. So not getting updates when you want APT update upgrades, same for Flatpaks. Though you can update Flatpaks with Flatpak update, I think. You can list all app installed packages with the app list installed, includes packages installed by Mint. Interesting, let's try that. Does it need to be sudo? Double dash. Whoa, okay, here we go. Oh, crap, there was a lot. That's a lot. Okay, that's an easy one to remember. Or app mark show manual shows only packages you personally installed. Okay. Does there need to be a space? Let's see, sudo app dash mark show manual. Just man or you? Okay, UAM. Shit. Gosh darn it. Let me start over. I'm not typing it right. I was trying to do that app mark show manual, but I'm not sure if there's a space between app and dash mark. Remember, you can always say help with any command, so you can say app help. Okay. Okay, there's list. List packages handled by the system. Remove packages. So let's see. That's weird. It's, it says at the bottom of the help, it says this APT has super cow powers. You can also say help with any subcommand. So app list help. Oh. Wait a minute, that's what I just did. Okay. Let's do okay. I'll figure it out. I'll look for it. Let's see here. Build a playground. This one I've never heard before. Playground. Because we're going to do some real life manipulation, let's build a safe place to play with our file manipulation commands. First, we need a directory to work in. We'll create one in our home directory called Playground. The make directory command is used to make a directory. To create our Playground directory, we will first make sure we are in our home directory, and we'll then create a new directory. Okay. Oh, okay. They're just going through a process of trying all the different things that they listed there. We've done all those. Let's see. Hey, actually, this chapter kind of talks about some of the stuff you were just discussing. Well, let's see. We might actually be getting kind of what we were just doing. Let's see. Getting a command documentation help. Okay. Bash has a built-in help facility available for each of the shell bulletins. To use it, type help followed by the name of the shell bulletin. Here's an example. Help CD. Here, let's just try it for the heck of it. So that's kind of what Monster was saying, I think. Let's see if, well, I'm just curious to see if you can do it with other things. Display the list of currently remembered directories. Directories find their way onto the list with the push D command. You can get back up through the list with the pop D command. Options and arguments. Clear the directory stack by deleting all the elements. L, do not print tilde prefix version of directories relative to your home directory. There's P, there's V. Oh, here's a plus argument. Display the nth entry counting from the left of the list shown in directories when invoked without options, starting with the 0. Holy cow. That's another language there. Display the nth entry counting from the right of the list shown by the DIRs. So, like, if we were here, let me see something really quick. So we can also hold on. Help. No, I forgot. Wasn't there something? Show me. Looks like that's going into manuals. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that if I type in man with a 1 and then ls, it'll only show me options without all the other information? Did y'all know that? Did y'all see this right here? that when you type in man, you can type a number. I had never even seen that before. I'm just curious. Whoa. Hold on. Let's type in man 7ls. There's nothing there. Maybe it only works with certain ones and for certain things. But hold on, let me type in man ls and see if it's the same exact thing. Let's go down the list here. And then version is kind of like, oh, wait a minute, there's more. Okay, version, and let's type in. Wow, that's cool. What kind of programming do you do, Monster? Oh, dang, you do C, okay. I don't know anything about C or programming. I hear the term C++ a lot, or C+ or something. Is that the same thing? Oh, crazy. You're in college for software. That's awesome. C++ is a modification of C. Okay. Wasn't Unix written in C? Oh, Linux was written in C also? I wasn't aware of that. I guess that makes sense then, because if Unix and GNU, if he was going to use Linux as the kernel, he had to write it in C. if all the GNU things were written in C to work together. Is C still, well, I guess it would have to be. I was going to ask, is C still a widely used language? I imagine it would have to be, if you would have to know how to do C if you were going to do anything with Linux then, right? C is still very widely used, but the software industry is moving some things to Rust. I've never heard of Rust. I've only heard of like C, Python, JavaScript. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I may have heard of. I remember back in the day, BASIC. Wasn't BASIC a language? Isn't that what Windows 1 was written in? And DOS? Was DOS written in BASIC? I didn't know that either. I had no idea. I thought they were totally separate. They couldn't communicate. But it makes sense that they could, because application binary interface. Go to 30. You mean type that into the terminal, or? You mean page 30 or? Oh. Gotcha. Let's see. There was Altar Basic, AppleSoft Basic, Commodore Basic. I know Commodore was, because we used to play around with that, as well as commercial applications such as business programs for inventory control and payroll. Later included in Microsoft's Visual Basic, which was used for Windows applications and modern applications written in derivative like FreeBasic. Altar Basic, Microsoft's first product, a basic interpreter for the Altar 8800 computer, AppleSoft Basic, the version of Basic, the Apple II family of computers, Commodore Basic, MSX Basic, the standard basic language for MSX home computers. Visual Basic, Office applications, modern derivatives like the Free Basic, QB64, Pure Basic. And Pure Basic are used today to create a wide range of software from games to utility programs. Oh, this is fun. Utility programs. Individual developers have used Basic to write specialized tools, such as a program for generating barcodes. Wow. I guess that was the first thing. I've never been a programmer, but that I remember using my friend's Commodore 64 when I was a kid, and we used to buy magazines at the store, and computer magazines, and the magazines would have like every month they would have like different code programs that you could write. So you'd have to sit there with your magazine and type out the code. And then when you were done with the code, if you typed everything correctly, it would work. But if you didn't type everything correctly, if one letter was wrong, it wouldn't run. It would crash. And then you'd have to go through and type it all again. But hopefully you had a buddy sitting there with you reading it, and double checking your work. Otherwise, you're kind of screwed. And that was back in the Commodore 64 days. What would you guys say if I'm not really looking to get into programming? I think I would like to one day, but if you guys were to pick a language today to start out in, that would be relatively easy. What language would that be? Let's see what Google AI says. AI says Python is widely regarded as one of the easiest and most beginner-friendly programming languages to learn. Its syntax is designed to be highly readable, often resembling natural English, which significantly reduces the initial learning curve for new programmers. Reason for Python's ease of learning: simple and readable syntax, high-level language, extensive libraries and framework, large and supportive community, and versatility. While other languages like JavaScript and Ruby are also considered relatively easy to learn, Python's combination of clear syntax, extensive resources, and broad applications make it a popular and highly recommended choice for those new to coding. I didn't realize HTML was considered a programming language. That's interesting. I've never heard of Ruby. That's a new one to me. It says Ruby is a dynamic open source programming language with a focus on simplicity and productivity. It has an elegant syntax that is natural to read and easy to write. The famous Hello World program is trivial in Ruby, super flowish. Star a main method, new line, semicolon, here is the code, puts hello world. I mean, we can do the same thing in the terminal, type in echo hello world, but, right, I think so. Oh, HTML is not a programming language. The website just says that to make programmers mad. That's hilarious. You can do some programming in Bash as well, which is great because it's built into your terminal. Wow. What kind of, is there a specific kind of programming in Bash? Is it like C or Python or something like that? Or is it called something different? Well, I think, didn't we mess around by going into the text editor in terminal and doing some Python? I saved that snippet of code that we wrote. I think it's I think I may have saved it in documents. Let me see. I know I saved it somewhere. There it is. This was a I think this was AI generated. Here. This was a little code that I had generated for me to let people search for their weather in their area. It was kind of neat. Bash is the name of the language, which runs in Bash terminal, which you use. Let's see. Bash, short for Born Again Shell, is a command line interpreter and programming language developed for Unix-like operating systems. It was created in 1989 as a free software alternative to Bourne Shell SH and other I can't say it, proprietary Unix shells. Bash serves as the default login shell for many Linux distributions, as is also available on Mac OS, Windows, and other platforms. Key aspects of Bash include command interpreter, scripting language, syntax. Bash offers features like command history, tab completion, job control, and focus management. It can be integrated with other Unix Linux tools to create complex automation workflows. Let me see, show me. This is a comment line starting with pound are ignored by the shell. Define variable, name equals world. Print, oh, that's what I did. I wrote my own in Python the other day when I was offline. Oh, where is it? You guys might be proud of me. Hold on. And I did it all by myself. And it took a little tinkering. I kept having to mess with it and mess with it and mess with it. It drove me crazy. I think I put it in the trash can though. Let's see. Nope, it's not in there anymore. Dang it. I think I deleted it. But essentially it was really easy. I mean, it was a really simple program. Like it asked the person's name. Then it would ask where the person's from. Then it would ask, I think it would ask their age, and then it would ask something else. And then to sum it all up at the end, it would say, nice to meet you, the name. I bet you like living in, and then it would print the name of where they're from. And then it would say, I wrote it so it would tell them how many more days until their birthday, essentially. That's what it was. It was just a really simple one, but I think, yeah, I checked my code directory. I'm pretty sure I deleted it. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't very hard. The hardest thing was at the very end when I had to put it all together. Like the part where it says, you know, it said, you know, ask the person's name, age, location, that kind of thing. That was pretty simple. But the first few times that I tried to put it all together after they put in their last bit of information and print out a sentence that said like, nice to meet you, Bob. I hope you enjoy living in location, and then how many more days until their birthday or something like that. So I had to put in the code to figure out how many days until their birthday. It was like, I actually, for that part of the code, I had to get that from the internet. I just copy and pasted it in there. You do code. What's your channel, man? I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel? I'll go check it out right now. I'll watch every one of your videos because I want to learn that stuff. I don't think I could learn something as difficult as C. I might be able to do something really simple. My channel is what I'm on. It's what I'm on. Here, let me search for it really quick. Empathy Monster. Let's see. There it is. I found it. You got a new subscriber, bro. Let me turn the notifications on, though. So there's hair programming tutorial, 5 of N, memory management. Let's go to videos. Installing hair programming language on the Raspberry Pi 5. That's cool. That's the first one I'm going to watch. I'm curious about that. I'm curious about the whole Raspberry Pi thing. I don't know a whole lot about it. All I know is that it's a little computer. That's all. I haven't seen too much about it. Dude, I'm going to promote your website everywhere. If you want me to. If you don't want me to, I won't do it. But I'm going to put it in the, if you want me to, everything that we do online, I'll put something like, you know, subscribe to your channel. So whoever watches this video ever, maybe this channel will get big one day where we have like a bunch of subscribers. So if you're watching the very first stream of this channel, make sure you subscribe to Empathy Monster at empathy_monster. Accessible content for Linux, programming, free and open source software. Awesome. Heck yeah, dude. Usually what I do on my streams is I have a little banner. I didn't do it in this stream because I thought it might be annoying, but I usually have a banner that runs along the bottom with our Discord link, but since I haven't set up the Discord yet, I didn't have it running. Let me see something here. Like that, I kind of have that, and then I usually have something like that. So what I would add to it is this. I would add let's see, at EMPATHY monster for programming tutorial. Just something basic like that. Let me fix it a little bit here, clean it up. But I usually have that running on my streams, but I just didn't do it because I haven't set up the Discord yet. Oh, that's crazy, dude. Can you imagine that? That would be epic if you could do that. What about you, Siri? Do you have a YouTube channel that we could put on here to promote? So when you guys get 1 million subscribers and super famous, you could like help me out a little bit and teach me the ropes and get me some subscribers. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just do this as a hobby and to learn stuff. Even my weather channel is just a hobby thing. Well, if you ever decide to start one up, let us know. We'll definitely promote the hell out of it. Not that we have a lot of people watching my stream anyway, but one day, you never know. Actually, let me write down Monster's thing. Let's write down empathy _ monster. And that's his YouTube channel. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, man. When you're super famous, you gotta throw us a bone, us little folks. Help us out. I'm seriously going to watch that first video. Well, actually, do you mind if I played it right now? Would I get in trouble if I did that?
Hello, and thank you for watching. We are
I want to learn something.
on the Raspberry Pi 5. Now, here is a systems language that was made by Drew Default. I've done hair from a podcast that I saw called Developer Voices, where Drew was on talking about hair. And now I should say I am not an extremely experienced programmer. I am back in college for programming, and I know enough Python Python, Java, and C to really appreciate what Hare is trying to do. So things like eliminate undefined behavior, there's bounds checking, it has pattern matching, you can define your own custom error types. So I really appreciate these things, and the syntax is excellent. I might start a petition to do four space indents instead of 8. I'm kidding. No, but I really love what Hare is trying to do. And if you're not familiar with Drew, he's the one who made Sway Window Manager, a couple of other pieces of software, of course. If you've been around Linux for any length of time, you've probably heard of him as a developer. He's the one who...
You should do a tutorial on the Raspberry Pi also, just in general. Like, just a whole tutorial about everything about it.
Alternative. And one of the other things that I really appreciate about Hare is that it's Drew especially,
Yeah, depending on what software you're using for your video editing, it should be pretty simple to go in there and just boost the volume up a little bit. But to me, I kind of like it. It's kind of relaxing.
Hare is not going to be available for Windows or Mac OS, at least not officially. I think if someone wanted to port it over, they could do that. But it's only going to be officially supported for Linux, OpenBSD, the BSDs.
Again, don't copy strike me, dude, for playing your video. LOL, just kidding.
But that's kind of the philosophy behind it. So, I guess without further ado, we'll get started.
I'm kind of curious to see what the syntax looks like. Let's see.
Repositories yet. And this is just a standard Raspberry Pi OS install. So it's just Raspberry Pi Debian. So the first thing we're going to do is from the main web page, which is hairline.org.
I know you're not like that. I was just kidding. So this is you actually on a Raspberry Pi doing this?
So we are going to have to bootstrap Hare from source.
Bootstrapping Hare from source.
Our platform is currently selected. That's 64-bit ARM. So go ahead and click on bootstrapping Hare from source. And I'm sorry about the white background. I would have it in dark mode, but every time I click on a link or change a page, it does this.
Dude, you have an excellent YouTube voice. It's so calm and relaxing and easy to understand. You're not going like super fast like some folks do when they're doing tutorial videos.
By default, the GNU
Some people talk so fast I can't keep up with them.
to install scdoc and QBE. Now, scdoc says it's optional, but I ran into an issue building, I think, the standard library if it's not installed. So let's go ahead and do that first, especially because it is in the Debian repo. So sudo apt install scdoc. And that's all there is to it. So let me
See, that's so cool because what I would do
now.
watching your videos is I would move your video over here to this side watching it, and then I would be bringing up my terminal and like following you step by step doing it. You need to make more videos, bro, because this is like really good.
Here, from the main page, feel free to
You need to be pumping out videos like every week. You would blow up.
It's a very interesting project. and choose this as the back end because it's really simple. I want to say it's something like
You would totally blow up, dude, if you did tutorial videos on everything Linux related, anything, programming.
it's a compiler backend that provides 70% of the performance and 10% of the code, right, of industrial optimizing compilers. Now, I personally am not a real big fan of optimizing compilers. I really prefer that sort of extreme certainty in what you type for your source code compared to what is output in.
So I know I'm going to download whatever I need to learn how to do this and follow along on your video step by step. This is like,
You go to releases, let's click on this. And
oh, there's the program.
the time that I'm making this, which is April 2025, this is still the latest release, 2.2. So go ahead and click on this and download this file right here to Turnball. I think I might already have it on my system. Let me check if I do. I'm going to download it again. But click on this, it's going to download, and you should put it in your downloads directory, or wherever you have set for your files to download. And from here, what I'm going to do is just move this up a directory out of my downloads directory. Okay, so I'm just going to move it up one directory. Oops. I'm just going to move this up one directory.
Hold on, I'm going to pause your video right there for a second. See, I just learned something right there. I know you can move like typing in, but that right there, I just learned something right there. I didn't know that you could do move file name ... just to move it up one directory. And then you went CD to go back to your home directory and then ran ls, and it shows where it moved it up from downloads right up into your home directory. See, I just learned something by watching your video right there, dude. That's crazy.
And you can see.
I'm going to download that tonight, by the way.
So now we want to unpack this starball, and the command that you want to use is star, and I just pass in xf. You can do this in verbose mode if you want. I don't like to. And then you pass in the file. And now what this is going to do is going to unpack it. And now we have the key directory right here.
See, I just learned something new there too. I didn't know that XF unpacked something that was zipped up like that. So there's two things I learned in about 20 seconds.
So let's go ahead and cd into our QBE directory because we have to build this if you want to list the files. And if you want to go through this, if you're an experienced programmer, feel free to just tweet me and everything. Now on the Raspberry Pi, everything is configured out of Linux.
So that's all
Nothing we have to do.
the stuff that's inside of that directory. Okay.
There's nothing we have to configure. So go ahead and run make. This is going to build.
Here, I'm going to pause it for a second. Yeah, Siri, because it's weird because it's like, so like when y'all were teaching me that, like, say, for example, CD documents. And then ls, let's see. Okay, there's a folder, so CD YouTube. That does make total sense. And then CD ... You okay there, buddy? Okay, you need my help? Okay, I'll be right there. I gotta go help my son really quick. But so so documents, there it is. But let's go to YouTube really quick. LS, and I just want to type it. Obviously it works because, oh, sorry, I messed up. Obviously it works, so we just saw him do it. So LS, so that script directory, let's go to mvscripts ... and that should move it up into my documents. So now let's go cd ... ls and see if script directory is now my documents directory. There it is. Dude, that's cool. That is so cool. I've learned 3 things in your video, and we are only, well, we skipped through it, but we're at the 9-minute and 11-second mark. That's awesome, dude. I'm telling you, Monster, you need to do, that's your calling, bro. You need to do tutorial videos and pump those bitches out like every other day, bro. And your channel would blow up. I'm telling you, take my word for it, because I can tell you from experience, only because I watch a crap ton of tutorial videos, and a lot of them are like AI generated. Like people go into AI and they're just reading off a script, and like some of the stuff they say is incorrect because you guys have corrected me over the last week. And the way you're going through it, you're not like, some dudes talk so fast that I literally have to go into YouTube settings and knock it down a level for speed, because they don't take into consideration that you're teaching something that somebody wants to learn. So obviously they probably don't know everything about it, and you're going about it in a very calm, easy to understand way. You know what I mean? If you were to do a video, for example, on learning terminal commands or something like that, and if it was like if you did like 20-30-minute episodes or something like that, like in this book, if you went through this book and kind of wrote your own script about, what's the name of the book again? The Linux command line, for example, and you did a YouTube series, like if you had a series, or I'm sorry, not a series, if you had a playlist and went from A to Z, you know what I mean, and did a playlist on the Linux terminal, your channel will blow up, dude. I'm telling you. That's cray, dude. If I had your voice, I would blow up, dude. I will never blow up because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just learning. But since you already have the knowledge and know how to do YouTube, dude, there's no reason your channel wouldn't blow up. I'm telling you. Because I'm one of those people that will sit there at work and watch 3 hours straight of YouTube tutorial videos. I'm not kidding. Oh man. Dude, that's our goal for, like, you need to start making more videos. And not that I have an audience or anything like that, but every live stream that I do or video that I make, because I was planning on making like a very, very, very basic tutorial video once I learned more about terminal. Like I was just going to do like ls commands and all the different options or flags that you could put in there. I was going to do a little video on that, but you could do that right now because you already have the knowledge to do it. So all you would have to do is sit there in front of your computer with your terminal and start at ls and go all the way up to naming, renaming, moving, copying, pasting, and doing files, man. That's awesome. Well, anyhow, with that said, guys, it is 9:48 p.m. here Central Time. I'm gonna go play some Minecraft with my son because he's in there tearing up his room right now. He's got Legos everywhere, so we're gonna go play Minecraft for a couple hours before bedtime, and probably eat some cookies or something like that. But I super appreciate you guys coming out and teaching me all this stuff. I've already got, like, just tonight. Let's see here. I've got all the notes on the stuff that we went over. Let me see if I have those other ones. Oh, I took screenshots of it. I forgot. I took screenshots of chat tonight so I could remember some of the things that you guys were saying that I can go back and implement later on as I'm doing it. But I guess I got about 2.5 pages worth of material tonight of stuff that I've learned that I can, start using on a daily basis. There's a couple of them that are a little that I probably won't use every day, like the one that we learned, the tree-ACD and the -L_1, where it only shows the first line or whatever it was. That's probably not something that I'll use every day. But now that I know that using process of elimination for the options or flags, when you see a bunch of them, that kind of like helps out a lot. But anyhow, you guys have been so awesome to me and so kind and so patient, because I know it's hard, like, teaching somebody over chat, typing stuff in because of I guess there's probably like a 10 or 15 second delay. I appreciate you guys' time and helping me, and probably folks that have watched these streams. I know somebody's watching because there's 5 people watching the stream right now, and we're only 3, so obviously somebody's watching. So maybe they're learning something from it too. But I'll definitely be on tomorrow. I have to work for a couple hours during the day, but I'll be on tomorrow night, and I'm gonna finish reading the highlights of that Linux command line book and try to take some notes from that, and maybe I can show off what I learned tomorrow. And meanwhile, Monster, you need to start making more videos, bro. And Siri, you need to make a YouTube channel, dude. You need to make a YouTube channel and start making videos, or you two maybe start working together. One of you write scripts, one of you write down all the ideas, one of you make the videos, one of you edit the videos. A lot of people do that. A lot of people co-op with these. Sometimes on my weather channel, I'll co-op with another weather streamer. They'll come on and we'll talk together about what's going on or something like that. You guys should totally do that. Totally do it. But again, I can't thank you guys enough for taking your time out and pushing me through this and helping me learn everything. But hopefully one day I can somehow repay you for your time and your knowledge. But I'm gonna go in there, clean up my son's room and jump on some Minecraft for about an hour or two. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Thanks a lot for coming out, and I'll put a link up to the new Discord in tomorrow's stream. All right, y'all. Have a good night. See you later.